Today, I'm going to be walking through everything you need to know to get started using Google Docs. So let's jump in. So Google Docs is basically the Word equivalent in Google. So this is your place to be able to write documents, edit them, and share them with friends, colleagues, coworkers, whatever you need to. Now, it's part of the Google infrastructure, so you will need a Google account to be able to access this. But once you have that Google account set up, then all you need to do is head over to docs.google.com. The other option is whenever you're signed into Google, you'll see three little dots up here in the corner. And if you click on that, it'll give you the option to go to the Docs option there. So you click on that, and it'll also take you to the same page. Now, if you've never used documents before, your interface might look a little bit different, just in the case that it'll just have this bar across the top and you won't have any recent documents down below there. This is my account, so you can see I use this every once in a while, so there is some documents that are in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a new document. You see up here at the top, it says start a new document, and you have a couple options from here. You can either click here to go to a blank document, meaning completely from scratch, or they have a couple of templates if you want something to start from. So they have like a project proposal or meeting notes or newsletters, things like that. But we're just going to click here to start a blank document. So this opens up your interface where you're going to be creating the document. The first thing that I would recommend doing is going up here at the top where it says Untitled Document and click on that box and just change the name of this doc so that it's already organized for you. Call this Family Letter. And you see when I click off of that, a little button popped up here that said it was saving this document. This is the nice thing with Google is that it's all cloud-based, so it's automatically saving that every time you make a change. So you don't have to worry about making edits and then saving it and maybe forgetting to save it and then going back to old versions. It all saves it for you. That's why I recommend typing in a name for it so that it's all organized. And when I close this out, it already exists and is ready to go. Now, you see on the screen here, this white box here is our document. So you could just start typing in there. Where you see this blinking cursor is going to show you where you're going to start, and you just start typing your letter or whatever that is you're typing. And you hit the enter button to go down to a different line. There, who wouldn't like getting a letter like that? I'm ready to tell you how much I love you all. Now, what we can do is once you type out everything that you want in the document, you can change the formatting, the look, the feel, everything that's part of this. So to do that, all you need to do is highlight the text that you want to change. And then you go up here to the top and you have a couple options. You can either click on this where it says normal text and they have some pre-formatting that depending on what it is, maybe it's the title, maybe it's the headline, whatever you want. Or you can do it manually by going over here, changing the font. So let's say I want to change this to the Georgia font. And we want to make the next box here is the text size. So how big it is. So let's say I want to go 15 point, and let's even make it bold and italics and underline. Now, if you change your mind and you don't want any of those things, you can also undo those. You can also change the text color. So you have a whole option of changing the text color. I think the black is probably all I need. And then you can also change the highlight color. So you can have it like highlighted like you would highlight a book. Now, this would be a good time to mention too, if you're looking to get more out of your AI tools like ChatGPT, Claude, or Gemini, we put together a free prompt pack. And honestly, we've spent the last 3 years collecting some of our favorite prompts and put them all in one place. So this includes 30 tested prompts across research, strategy, copywriting, and even business. And you just have to copy the prompt, swap in your details, and paste it. So to get it right now, all you have to do is click the link in the description. And then you also have some additional options through here as well. So let's say we want to go down here and we're going to list off the reasons why we love our family. And you hover over this part and you see you can add bullet points. Okay. And now when I type, I can go, you can list all your bullet points. Now, if you're done listing bullet points, you hit the enter button, it'll add a new bullet point. You just hit enter again, and it'll take you out of that mode. Now, you can also change the alignment. So let's say I want to close this out and put something in the center. So what I can do is I can click the alignment here, which is right now it's on the left justified, but we want to center it. So you click that. You can see now your cursor is in the middle, and we'll say, love Andy, just like that. It's, at the time that I'm recording this, it's around Valentine's Day, so love is in the air, okay? And so now we can have that centered. Now, if you just hit enter a few times, you get below that, you can then select a new justification. Let's say we want to go right, and now we can type from the right side, and we go, can I borrow some money? Okay, so you can have that be over on the right side. So you can change where the text falls on the screen. Now, anytime that you make a mistake, you can also undo that. So let's say, oh, you know what? I didn't want to put that down on the bottom. Up here at the top, you can see you have an undo and a redo. So we can go undo, undo until it removes that text from there. Okay, so you can just undo that all the way back if you'd like. Now, the other thing that I like to use, as you can see, I wrote this down at the bottom here, and there's some spelling errors in there. So if we go up to the top, we can go to Tools and go Spelling and Grammar, and we can run a spelling and grammar check. So we click on that, and then it highlighted that that was spelled wrong. It says, you want to change that to vacation? Yes, I do. So we go Accept, and it changes that. Now it has no other suggestions. But you have multiple spelling or grammar changes, then it'll suggest all of those. So that's one that I use pretty frequently. Now the other option, you can also add images or other file types in here. So let's say we want to insert an image down at the bottom. We just put our cursor where we want it to go. We can go to Insert, and you have a couple of options. You can insert tables or links if you want to send them to somewhere, charts, anything like that. But let's say we want to add an image. So we're just going to go upload from my computer, and I've got an image here of me with a strategy guide, and you can add that in there. And now once that's in there, we can also just click on it. You see you have these buttons all around the edge, and now we can resize that. If you click and hold the corner, drag it down, and make it bigger or smaller, just like that, okay? So now you can add images to your text. Now, one of the really powerful things about Google Documents, and probably the case where I use it the most, is for collaboration. So not just for me to write a document, but I can share this with other members of my team or somebody that I'm collaborating with so they can also be able to edit this. So to do that, what I'll do is I'll go up here to the top, and where it says Share, you click on that, and it'll give you some options here. So you can either add in individual emails of people that you want to add to this document. They'll get an email saying that I'm sharing this document with them. Or you can go down here and say, copy the link, and then send it to people so that they can click on that link and access it. If you go that route, you'll need to make sure that you change this restricted to anyone with that link. And then you'll see a new option that pops up here that says anyone with the link can view the document. Well, what we're trying to do is we want people to be able to access that and change things. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this from viewer to editor. Now, when I copy this link and I send it to somebody, they will be able to open up this document in their own Google Drive, and it'll look just like this. So now if they make any changes on this screen, it changes for all of us. So it's a great way of collaborating and a great way of having this document up to date, no matter how many people are accessing it, versus making a change, saving it, sending it to somebody, having another version, having another element added, and then you having to add that. It just gets very complicated. This is a living document that can changes be made, and all the changes will be in real time across everybody that has that same link. Now, once the file is done the way that you want it, you can just leave it saved on the Google Drive, and then it's accessible whenever you need to get to it. Or you can go up here to File, and you can either email it directly to somebody, share it just like we did before. You can download it as a different file type. So let's say you want to download it as a PDF or as a Word if you need to open it up in Word, or just as a text file, things like that. Or the other option, you can go down here and you can print it out right from this menu. And with that, you're up and running with Google Documents. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.